Okay, so I said at one point I do a lot of different things, and I do. I'll make a little video as well today, just basically a cap on like my life and how things are, as a so you have an understanding who I am. Anyways, so let's keep this one to the Range Rover. So I have a Range Rover, sweet vehicle, right? I actually really do love these things. They're amazing. You either have to be able to fix it on your own, or I hate to say, but rich. There's no in between with these things. They will have their weird quirks and issues. There's usually common issues you can find on Google before buying. So it's always recommended. This one's a 2014. It's the Autobiography Supercharged. I got it because I've always wanted a supercharged vehicle, and I bought it used. I didn't buy new. I'm not the rich guy. I am the one that can fix it on my own. So this video is going to be just a quick show of the car, but also they will eventually get a suspension fault. There's a 3-piece system in here. There's the air suspension, that's 1. Your regular shock setup, which is 2. And there's an active sway control system. It's called ACE. And that is the 3rd piece. That one's actively, when you are flying around a corner, it will adjust the suspension to keep the vehicle more upright instead of having it roll or slightly roll, because it's an SUV, right? It's not a sports car, but it has the ability to flow like a sports car. So I'll show you the vehicle, right? So I've already got jacked. I've already replaced this 1 piece. This is the cover for it. I'll show you where it is. But what I want to show you is, see, this is the thing. I'll show you this quick because my little dudes love this. This is their thing. Anytime we go on a road trip, that's kind of one of the reasons I bought it. Also, because the Autobiography comes with this TVs in the back, right? We put DVDs on for them. They've got their own controls. All the seats massaging and cooling and heating. It's pretty sweet. And it does surround sound. That's why there's the speakers there. Those are the sound channels for them. So when you're doing a movie, it does surround sound. Anyways. Back to the main point. And these clothes, they look grubby. They're clean. They're my work clothes. But they are freshly cleaned. So we'll get to pop up. So see, the triangle's already there. This triangle is for a suspension fault. Now, if you run it on the scanner, oh, actually that one's for the door. Sorry, hold on. It'll show up here in a second. Once it goes through its processing, it'll pop up. Or it's going to choose not to now because I've got the car half jacked in the air. Oh, no, there it is. See, so suspension fault, stop, whatever, blah, blah. Okay, right. So now the triangles stay. Commonly, and I'll show you now, there's a part under the driver's side, which this covers over top of, by the way, so you're not going to see it without that cover off. So I'll show you guys the setup here. When you run your testing, it's going to tell you it's this, right? This is the main control module. So this is your main line in that comes up from the car there, right? This is your active hydraulic lines. Then you've got your 2 rear, your 2 front, and I don't know, there's another one but beats me. Anyways. So this is the active setup, right? It's a whole thing. It's got electronic motors. This thing's brand new. The other one was leaking from here. So I did have a leak at first, and that's why this one's been swapped out. But that's not the culprit because it still shows the code. And first question is probably, well, did you bleed the lines? Yeah, there's no hydraulic locking here. It's been properly bled. So anyways, I wonder if we can see it in here. Yeah, so see this? These are the sensors for that. So when I first start up, if I start driving, it doesn't automatically turn on right away, and it'll make a knock sound when I do it. So it's not this one, because the knock comes from the other side, so it's the other one. However, these pieces are $25 a piece. super simply tied in. So I'm just gonna buy both of them. Because if one's going, there's a chance the other one's going, right? So it's not the end of the world. It's literally this bolt here, this piece here, right? And then this bolt here. And it cinches up and it just tells you actively where it's at. So when I was cornering, that side, the passenger side was slamming, which tells me that that's the one that's probably gone. So before, oh yeah, and you'll see some fluid here. That's just from me spilling when I was topping up the reservoir. That's not a leak. Before replacing that main one, because that main one, Canadian's about $2,500. US, you guys, your dollar's just so much better. Bless you guys. I wish my dollar was like that. You're probably looking like 1,000 to 1,400, depending where you get it. Where these are 25 bucks for, I believe, US. So maybe 35-ish Canadian. Don't forget, you'll probably pay tariffs, so you're probably a little bit more than that. But anyways, roughly that, right? So that, try that first. They're so much cheaper. They're easy to get to. There's 4 of them, right? But see if you can start the vehicle up, get it going, listen for where the slamming's coming from. Because I'll tell you which one's failing. Because if it's failing, it's just bottoming itself out. And you'll instantly hear it, which tells you that it's failing. Now, if I come to this side, I don't know how I can tell you what I'm trying to tell you. I'm looking for markings, but I don't see them. Because also in little signs, you could tell if it bottoms out, you'll hear it hit on something. Usually clunk, right? Shiny's usually your best friend. I don't see anything. But anyways, that's that part. So that's where I'm at. So I got to order those still. I'm not doing it yet because I am going on a road trip here. Not, well, with this too, I got a tattoo appointment next week. So I'm taking the car for that. So I'm not wasting my time doing it now. But then after that, I have to go on a motorcycle trip for a month. So I'm not planning on doing this until August. But when I do in August, I will do a video for you guys on how to replace them. Just to show you. And then the code will be cleared. But for now, whatever, I'm just putting this back on. It's 10s. If you guys end up working this kind of stuff, it's 10 mil. These are their original bolts. They're all 10 mil. Right? So these are for the inner side. These are for underneath. In order to do this, you have to have the door open. The electronic running board has to be out because this side is covered by the electronic running board. Actually, you know what? Without showing you guys a whole messy garage, let me grab my 10. I'll just show you what I'm doing here. What? Without showing the messy garage? Yeah, I want you guys to see my messy garage. Okay. Oh, and Range Rovers, man. I did injectors one time. You need a special puller. Like, you need some special parts for these things. So, like I said, really great vehicles. The smoothest vehicle I've ever driven. I've had nothing super amazing. I did have an Escape one time, the 2012-ish year. It was a good vehicle, lasted. Had a 2017 Ford F-150, 3.5 Eco, junk, absolute junk. The reason I have this is because the transmission went. It was an extra, like when I say junk, I mean junk. Like it was, this thing I paid $40,000 with taxes, right? Yeah, 70,000 K, but it did have this already, the suspension fault when I bought it. I've only had this vehicle for maybe 2 or 3 months now. Oh no, April, about beginning of April, May. Yeah, okay, we're in June, so about 2 months. But other than that, it's been absolutely amazing. It's not the end of the world to fix. I know how to fix it, so I'm not too worried about it. Air suspension on these things, that's the other people's big worry. They're not bad. I did have a Rover before, this a little older. I did all the air suspension in a day. Swapped them all out. I bought them just offline. I don't buy the cheap junk, but I don't buy the crazy expensive for no reason. There's actually a place in the US that rebuilds them, and they guarantee them, and that's the way to go. Because if someone's gone completely through it and made sure it's good to go, and I think it was 600, 700 for the set. So I think about 1,400 bucks for all 4. And like I said, it takes a day to swap them. It's not the end of the world. Okay, let's get back into this. All right, we'll get that there, those there. Like I said, door's got to be open, running board has to be out. All right, so the reason I say that is because this is covered. Man, I hate this. So this area is covered by the running board, and you can see the bolts here. This is where it connects. So that's why you have to have it out so it's not hidden. I'm probably gonna put it here. It's gonna be a horrible video for this, you guys, but whatever. I'm gonna get an idea, right? I don't have this backwards, do I? Nope. Nope, I don't. Yep, I do. Nope, I don't. Of course, on camera I drop it, right? Anyways, and there we go. Right, that one's on there. Get this one back in there. All right, so as you can see, simple enough. I'm not going to show you me doing up every one of them. It doesn't make any sense. But anyways, you've got 5 and 5, right? 10 in total, all 10 mil, 5 on this side, 5 on this side. If you do have to swap out that part I was telling you about, the main ACE, you have to take this off as well. It's a 10 and a 13, and the ACE is a 13 for the lines. So they made it pretty simple. It's all 10s and 13s millimeters, so it's pretty simple that way. Anyways, I'm just gonna finish buttoning this up. Thanks for hanging out. If you guys, again, I got comments turned on, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I don't mind helping out, and I don't know everything. So if you know something better, also let me know. Okay, thanks. Bye.